many men are drowning. Many men today, you might see them as a celebrity or you think they've got cash, whatever the case, are drowning. Not because they are talalas. I'm not blaming women because the women are amazing. I'm not blaming anyone. Because they were never taught how to swim.
By a swimmer.
By a swimmer. They were never taught how to be a fish by a fish. So they don't know what the hell they're doing. So that's my thing. So when I say I'm feminized, I'm not saying, Guti, hey girl, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, Guti, ngafundiswa ukuba indoda. I was taught how to pee standing up by a person who's never peed standing up.
Did your mother teach you how to be a man?
She can't teach me how to be a man.
But did she try?
She tried as best as she could. But she'll never be able to teach me how to be a man unless she was a man. You can sympathize with the situation. If I've got a daughter who's going through period pains, I can always sympathize, but I'll never be able to empathize.
Yeah.
Because I've never experienced the pain. The pain could be a nonsensical pain, or the pain could be the pain of a 1,000
Daggers.
needles in my eyes. But I'll never empathize. I can sympathize, so I can give you Mybulin, I can give you a hot water bottle to put on your abdomen, I can give you my pairs, but I don't know. Do you put the tampon on when it's your time, or do you put it before your time? Those little...
Did your father ever teach you how to be a man?
I never, but I saw him swimming. I never saw my mom swimming as a fish. He never taught me how to swim, but I saw him swimming. He already tried to teach me how to swim, but I never saw her swim. Those are two different things. So now, when I've got my feet and I've got the water up to my neck, I can either look at how other guys are swimming, or I can listen to this person who's never been in the water tell me how to swim.
Yeah. The most sensitive thing which I want to raise, because these are the things that are breaking society. Yeah, but when we speak about poverty, when we speak about children that are on drugs, when we speak about the fact that we don't have businesses, the fact that we don't support each other, the fact that politically there's corruption, it starts with these small things of ekayagini, what is the situation? Because I want to bring it all the way back to you and your daughter, that you are a present father that's there. There are fathers that cannot be present for various things that have not been resolved. Where are the families? Because you want to know where are the families. Back in the day, which is meant to be done now, when a girl falls pregnant, not married, it was a process. And the reason it was done was so that it is known that there's a pregnant girl and this is the potential father or the father of the child. And he has to acknowledge ownership. Now that he acknowledges, that means he's going to have to maintain the child and he's going to have to pay a penalty called intlawulo for getting a girl pregnant without marrying her first. But the whole point of the families coming together is if anything happens, you don't have to go to court. You don't have to go to shows like Opapgeld. The families come together and say, manje kwakusekwenze njani ufika go Hustlers Corner ama podcast nizodiscussa lento. Yindaba lento ningayixazululanga as umndeni. Asihlayini phansi ixazulule lento ngoba there's a child involved and lengane izokhula ilimele in some way. And tomorrow lengane mayisiyenza ama crime mayisiyenzi kodwa hayi we don't know why. We know why. It's because from a young age this child didn't have a relationship with their father. From a young age this child's father was not paying maintenance. From a young age the mother of this child was upset because she wanted to have a child. The father was not ready. She refused to abort. And it damaged her. Like, if we don't resolve these things at the root cause and with the right stakeholders, being the parents, this thing grows and it damages. By the time you get a Thabo pastor, who's a rapist, who's a murderer, no one knows with asking, was he getting time? When let's say as an example, Thabo pastor soccer rugby. Was his father there watching him, cheering him on? Was his mom there cheering him on? Maybe those are the things that led to the type of mindset where you've got a person who's luring girls via social media and raping them. And we need to have these conversations, and it comes through in stories like Lisa Presley. Good guys, we need to have these conversations. And in your family out there, because it's nice to speak about, I'm a celebrity, Penuel, Sbu. In your own family, you yourself, you are father, you are mother. Where's the mother or the father of your child? Do you guys have a good relationship? Are you guys contributing? And if they don't have money, are they contributing in other ways? as a mother of the child, are you releasing the child not just to the father, but to the father's family? Because it's not just Sbu. Sbu's got a mother. Sbu's got a father who also want to contribute into this child's life. He's got siblings. He's got cousins. He's got stakeholders, friends, who later on, when your child is a sports star, an academic star, or your child needs a job, it might not be Sbu giving your child the job. It's going to be all the people that Sbu has introduced to your child.
Sorry, it's fine.
Oh, come through with it. No,
Yeah,
cool.
let's show him some love, man. Sure. Hola. Ngicela ubabingelele lapha ekhaya. Ungagoba ikhanda ubabingelele, sure. Sorry. No gruntu ba.
Woza kwi-mic,
Okay.
Thank you so much. One of the waiters from 011 Gin and Eatery in Rosebank. So my point is, for the mothers out there who are not releasing their child to the father, it's not just the father. He's got an entire tribe, an entire community that wants to plow in love and skills and money and experiences to your child, and you're denying that child that thing. It's almost like ingani sejele. So it might not be you, it might be your sister who's denying the father access. And when you support to see swako, but you're destroying your niece or your nephew. Could be your brother who's not maintaining ingani yakhe ngoba yena hey, you know that girl ungijwayela. No, baba, it cannot be. So it starts with each and every one of us reaching out to our siblings, to our parents. It could be your father who's got children out there that he's not contributing to. And now we are too long to support old lako because old lako is angry. Hey, ubaba wakho uneyingane ngaphandle. No. There's some damage that's happening to those kids because they're not being brought into the family. So we need to fix some of those things. And I'm raising it because, again, personally, it affects me and it affects so many other people I know. And if we're not fixing these things, it brings up stories like Utabo Pesta.
How important do you think it is for a man to be a hands-on father? You are completely hands-on father. I was hands-on for about 8 years. Currently, I'm not really, especially to boys. And then secondly, for a boy who's from a single mother household or who is maybe even an orphan, where do you think they should go to go and find their dose of masculinity or be trained on how to be what we call a man?
So the hands-on. So for me, we grew up where we always had a vegetable garden. And one of the things that you realize quickly that if you don't tend to that garden, you leave for a day, you come back and go cooler. You know, and I've seen that time and time again from my experience as a teacher. I could see the boys who have hands-on dads from an academic point, from how they carry themselves. I saw them on the sports field. You know, the most aggressive guys, they know when to be aggressive, when not to be aggressive. You know, they knew how to manage that. And you realize, Uguti, because they have that balance of the other side of the coin, you know, you have the stereotypical mom whining, shouting, and again, I'm just stereotyping. And then you'll have the other side of the coin of you need that balance where they understand, Uguti, there's these voices and then there's these voices. Should you not be a hands-on dad, someone is going to be hands-on. That's like the garden and the ukula, the weed. Someone is going to go plant weed, or weed doesn't even need to be planted, it grows by itself. Someone's going to be hands-on. So whether the overwhelming voice is going to be the mother voice, the female teacher voice, the YouTube, the blackish voice, whatever voice, that is going to be the overwhelming voice. And you, who is this male library, will not have a chance to infiltrate this child. As it the Romans, who used to say it? Would you give me a boy until they're 7 and I'll show you the man? Because they understand the importance of planting the seed, nurturing the seed, looking after it. Once the tree is 1 meter long, the tree is pretty much safe, you know. But the beginning part is so crucial. I mean, one of the things that I really pride myself in is my boys seeing that there's a man around. We didn't get to see that. And I show them all the sides of what I know a man to be. You know, whether it's Undima saying, yo, Baba, your totolos is so big. He gets to see.
Ndima doesn't know anything about anything. So
he
he's just
knows that his dad is packing heat. But he gets to see that.
Let's shut this conversation down. It's going to the dogs.
And he also gets to see dad having malva pudding and watching Rick and Morty. So he's getting to see dad doing push-ups, going to gym. Yeah, but he's getting to see what a man does. Which a man is a spectrum. And if that wasn't there, his idea of what a man is will be conditioned with maybe he'll have an experience of a lot of hurt single mothers where they just speak negative of men. Not all, but a lot. Speak negatively of men. And that might be his framing of what a man is. Or teachers who are saying, or society that's saying men are trash. That might be his framing. So now at least he knows ukuthi men are trash. I
think more the uncle, Penuel. Sorry, we're running out of time. A boy from a single mother household or who's an orphan.
It's almost like you pray that the mom is not too hurt from the reason why she's single, so that she can expose, maybe she's got brothers, maybe she's got other male figures in her life. You pray for that boy to be exposed to the other side of the coin, be it from teachers, male teachers. We were very lucky that we were exposed to things like rugby, where we got to see the masculine side of being a man. So you just want, if a boy is mature enough or old enough to go seek, if your mom says, this is the best thing, just go seek, not saying do, just seek the opposite of that to try and balance the situation. Because the moment you open yourself up, as much as you might love this, but the moment you see the another side, it kind of gives you a more of a 360 view in life. So find those men, seek those men. There are many platforms online where there are those men that have different views to your mom. There are many spaces where there's men that have different views to your mom. So don't be scared to seek them. Moms, if you can assist, please try and surround your son with those type of men who are different to you. Don't find men that agree. Don't find these fucking useless as feminist soft ass men.
You can't say that.
No, but my wife and kids. Blackish.
I think those guys are pretty dope.
Okay, sure.
Both of them are great providers.
Perfect.
Hands-on fathers.
Yes, sure. That's you with the maturity mind. A young guy doesn't see that. A young guy just sees a man who gets bullied by his wife. So once you get to a certain level where you can psychoanalyze certain things, perfect. But for a young kid, you almost want to, as much as I love you, pirates, I also want to expose them to there's something called the Chiefs. This is why I like you pirates as opposed to Chiefs. But I'm also not dumb. I understand Uti Chiefs has this and this and this and this and this and this.
We do not have a fair situation where if a man is not ready to be a father, he has an opt-out option. Women legally are allowed to opt out, not ready. The night after, you and I as a woman, we decide to be intimate, babe, I'd like to have a child. Okay, let's have a child. I'm ovulating. The next morning, I'm tips. I'm not ready. We have a shy morning after because the morning after allows you 72 hours. We have a shy morning after. If she ever decides and you wake up the next morning, you're not ready. She's like, no, I want to have this child. We agreed. If ever within, I think 4 months, she can still decide, I want to abort. I'm not ready to be a mom. You can't force her to abort. It's her body at the end of the day. After she has the child that you were not ready for, you now have to raise this child legally. It's fine. You decided, and when you raise these things, women are like, yeah, but if you're not ready to have a child, use a condom. No one says that to women. If you're not ready to have a child, be on a contraceptive. The woman still has the morning after. She still has the abortion. Guys don't have that. So in a situation like Aya Presley, there are many men out there who cannot abort, cannot use morning afters. Some of them are chance, obviously. Charity, shaiti, it's a to say morning after. Other people use more sinister ways of conimity that people use. Sissy has a miscarriage. And she thinks it was spontaneous. Or his side chick or someone who forgets something in her food or her drink. Now the child is born and you guys have to maintain. Part of the issues that you have is machitamaning our span. And the woman comes and she wants to take him to maintenance court. When you look at this woman, agaspan, agananyuku, ukashenge kati lasesasa. Me and you, man and woman, both of us don't have money. Why are you taking me to maintenance court? Could be a situation where the guy is sending money, but the woman feels it's not enough. Or from the girl side of the family. Ukuthi wena uzange uhlawule la ekhaya noma wayithi uzohlawula bamthuka wena uyishada nganya la ekhaya ubani ungazosidakelwa whatever the case may be. And we've got these dynamics where children are suffering because number one, there are deadbeat dads who don't contribute financially, who are bad people. It's fine. There are guys who are not contributing because they don't have money, and we need to help those guys understand how they can contribute, because you can maintain your child without you. Ukufundisa ingane yakho, whatever you know, is part of contribution. Spending time with your child is a part of contribution. Helping your child learn how to plant vegetables is contribution. Teaching your child how to play soccer or rugby or whatever is a form of contribution. Taking your child, and this is where women fall short, giving the child to the father and saying, I know you don't have anything, but hamba na yegini. Mhlawumbe wakho's got something. Thawayazi khona impahla zasibusiso engayibeka le phezulu kwi-trunk. As a child, at least there's clothing. Ugogo mhlawumbe akhiphe i-gross ukuthi hayi masubuyela kini ke bamba nama tea bags. Take the child and go and spend time with your family. That's a form of contribution. So there's those conversations. But the bottom line is, when we do these things of taking video cameras to highlight things, but there's almost no follow-up and we're not having the right conversations, and all we're doing on social media is bashing. And you're like, let's have a deeper conversation on the why.